Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix 2018. In this episode, we're going to keep working on the farm. Let's get started. Alright, because of how problematic the infusion system is, I was looking at ways to reduce the instability. So from what I've read on the forums, only 10 of these items are going to do anything. 10 total, no matter if they're candles, heads, what kind of head, doesn't matter. But there's another object we can make called the flux or the infusion stabilizer. And basically it takes RF in and helps stabilize the reaction. So we're going to make one of these and see what happens. So we need some quartz, iron, some brass plates, a block of redstone, and a complex arcane mechanism. I've already made one of these for the golem, but I'm going to sacrifice it instead to use with the stabilizer to hopefully keep the infusion site a little bit more stable than it's been so far. So let's see here. I need some quartz and some iron and a block of redstone. And hopefully that's everything that I will need to get that. Alright, there we go. We need 200V, and there it is. So let's see here. I guess we're just going to put this... Let's see here. That would work about 8 blocks away. So where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should work from here. If you put the energy back there, and it might fire over there. Where's my glove? I'd like to see if we can rearrange that. I feel like this is maybe... Alright, let's just place it differently. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to place it right... It places all kinds of ways, yet you can't rotate it. That just seems like a bit of an oversight. Okay, there we go. We use the regular wrenches to do that. So I guess for power, for the moment, I'm just going to go grab the extra energy cell from up here, and we'll use that. I have no idea how much power it takes, but we'll find out very soon. Alright, so I'm going to place this here. Let's see here. That makes you the front side, which, you know, is fine, but I don't really like it like that. Let's try that again. Okay, so now you are the front side. It's not doing anything with energy. I'm not sure this will work, but this needs to be piped in, or... Alright, so I need to make a couple more... maybe we'll tempt fate, just do one more arcane thing. That way I won't have to make any more thaumium. So let's see here. I need a complex arcane mechanism. Gonna need a piston for that. Should have a ton of pistons upstairs. Really, really want to get started with RS. And really need to get more power so we can do that. Hopefully we'll be getting this golem soon to harvest things, and that will make it easier to do that. Alright, so there we go, a complex arcane mechanism. So I need one of those, the clockwork mind, and a zombie brain, and that's supposed to be my infusion. So if I put this here, and I put the complex arcane mechanism over here, and I put the clockwork mind here. Should have my glove already. Let me double check the recipe for the Biothalm mind. We need 50 Cognitio and 25 Machina. I put all my Machina down there. I can't see how much it is. I'm wearing the wrong gear. Let me go change that and get another jar for Machina. So here's some glass files. We'll just take 10 from there. And the Cognitio jar should already be over here. Yep, okay, it's got way more than 50, so that should be good. So let's take one of these jars and make it a Machina jar. Okay, Machina, Cognitio, everything seems like it ought to be okay. So let's see what happens. So, I have gained temporary warp. I have no idea if my zombie brain went away or not. Yeah, I'm guessing it did. Okay, well, this didn't do a thing. Okay, well, that went really, really badly. You were supposed to help, and you did not help. Not in the slightest. Didn't have another brain to fix that, so... Alright, so we've still got enough essence. Alright, let me clean up this mess and put some things back, and we will try again in a minute. Alright, so I'm not sure if it was moving it to the same Y level or putting the pipe, but a minute ago this thing was shooting out a ton of particle effects, and now the altar says it's very stable. So it's like we have improved the stability of the altar, and hopefully that will work in our favor when we try this infusion again. So I didn't go ahead and make any more of the Cognitio or Machina. We should have enough to finish this, so let's see what happens this time. So you can see this thing is stabilizing. We are getting the Cognitio we need. We're into unstable territory now, so we'll have to keep going. But it's not dangerously unstable like it was last time, so we're still pulling in the Essentia just fine. Oh, brain went away. That's okay, we'll put it back. We got that. It's getting the brain in there. Okay, so, you know, still had some problems, but not as problematic as it was before, and the altar is back to unstable, and this thing is doing whatever it does, and it doesn't seem to take up that much power, really. It's used about a couple 100,000 RF so far, so definitely doable. Whether this will bring it back to very stable or even better, I don't really know. It didn't take very long to run, so hopefully this thing will keep going. So we'll see what happens. So I've got a biothomic mind now, and now all I should have to do is make that golem. So let's see here. Can I make the golem now? I need 2 more simple arcane mechanisms before I can do that. Alright, let's see here. For arcane mechanisms, we need both kinds of plates and sticks. Did I take my sticks away again? Yeah, seems like I did. Okay, let's go grab some sticks, and then, hopefully, we can make the golem and go out to the tree farm, or the, well, one of the gardens, and figure out what to do with this thing. Alright, so he seems to stop when it's at very stable. So, okay, interesting. Alright, I need 2 more of those. So there we go. There's that. And I need some greatwood planks. So let's see here. This golem is going to be smart and deft. Yep, that looks like it's all good. And there we go. A deft, smart, light golem. And that's what we need to use with the harvest seal. So let's take the harvest seal out there and, you know, see how it works. Let's see here. Actually, I would like to see how you work on non-vanilla plants. So let's see here. Why don't we just take one of those up, put that rice seed back, and this is about the center. We'll have a control seal for harvest. Where's my Golemancer's bell? Gonna need that. And, okay, so what is the area of effect? Okay, it goes all the way to there. It seems to be expanded by 1 on each side. Or, 2, as the case might be. Alright, so yeah, that goes all the way out there. Okay, so that would be the entire farm we have here, exempting... Now, I was told he was supposed to replant. Also, he doesn't appear to be replanting. I wonder if that's because of my magnet ring. Maybe he didn't get the stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't... Yeah, he's not replanting. Alright. I'm going to have to play with him for a little while and figure out what to do with him, because at the moment, all he's doing is breaking my crops. And I don't need a golem that just breaks my crops. So, let me go figure out what to do about that, and I will come back and see if it's going to work or not. Alright, I've been doing some play testing, and I think this setup is working. It just doesn't work in the way in which I would expect. So he sometimes drops things and doesn't replant them until later, and tries to pick up one thing, another thing. So he's not following the logical progression that I would expect, but I think that they are working. So we're just going to try to see what happens. So what I've done is we've got a store seal on this chest, a provide seal. Sorry. We've got a store seal on this chest, a collect seal here, and here is the harvest seal. We plant the beetroots back down. And what we're going to do is I'm going to try to make these beetroots grow while not harvesting the ones that I... So, yeah, he's going to take them, run around, and see if something needs to be replanted. Which, okay, there. So let's see. There are a couple grown now. He should, in a minute, notice that they're grown, come to get them, collect the seeds, and eventually replant them. There. He did it. He replanted there and there as well. So he'll gather up some seeds and keep working until he's done. And when the field was completely grown, he was having a bit of trouble keeping up. So the logical progression of what he had to do was a little bit confusing to him when he was doing this. So you can see he didn't have a seed there, but eventually what will happen is he will find another seed from one of these other areas, and he'll replant it there. So I do think that the farm is working. It's just a little bit more complicated than I would expect. So let's see. There's a couple seeds over there. So I should... Yep, there he goes. He replanted both places. So although it didn't happen immediately, it does seem to be happening. So I'm going to change up the farm a little bit to be more suited to his area of work and get a few more crops planted that I want. And that will be the new farm. So I will come back and show you what I've done after that to show you the completion of the farm. Alright, so here is the new farm. So it's a 9x9 for the farm area, and that gives us 3x3, 3x3 grids. I've got netherwort planted on the corners and canola planted on those corners. I may use canola for power. Haven't decided on that yet. I've got rice, seeds, carrots, melons, sugarcane, blah, blah. Everything is here except for flax, which I'm getting tons of string from the mob farm. Don't think I need flax right now. The only problem that I'm seeing so far is that he does not seem to be very fast. And also, I'm just noticing that he hasn't harvested any of the sugarcane. I wonder if he only does that when it's 3 tall. Like, that one just became 3 tall. So, I'd like to see if that's going to work out. So, what I've done is I put worms on all of the 3x3 areas other than the nether wart. And that will keep the soil moist so it won't dry out and become dirt again. We've got the melons on the corners with water on the edge for sugarcane, and the pumpkins over here. He does just go and break things, but eventually he figures it out and he goes and replants. So he hasn't had any trouble with non-vanilla crops, so the canola's been fine, the rice has been fine. The only thing I'm wondering about now is the sugarcane. So let's check the area of the farm. Where's my Golemancer's bell? So, no, it should be okay. He's within the boundaries here. Because I know that he does the melons that have been coming up here, so sugarcane should be fine. So I wonder if he doesn't harvest sugarcane. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that, and if that's the case, then we'll have to find a new solution for sugarcane. So that, I think, is a pretty good farm. I will probably make more golems to tend the farm, and I want to get greenhouse glass to speed up the growth rates of the plants. Right now, they're just, they're okay with the worms, but they could be better with greenhouse glass. Okay, so it seems that the golem is not doing anything about the sugarcane. So I'm going to make something from botania to work with that instead. We're going to make a mana bore lens. So what this will do is it will fire a mana burst and it will break any blocks in its path. And that should knock down all the sugarcane that's over there. So we're going to need a mana lens. And then we're going to need some lapis. Looks like I don't have any of that over here, so better put some in this chest. Alright, so there is our mana bore lens. We're also going to need a couple of other things. We're going to need another mana pool. We're going to need to put mana in the pool, so we'll take another tablet and start filling that up. So let's see here. Where is my wand of the forest? It's going to be in here. So we are in transferring to the tablet mode. There we go. So we'll take a little bit of mana from there, and then we can use that in our new mana pool. So we're going to need a mana pool. So let's see here. Actually, I might want a smaller mana pool for this. A diluted mana pool, I think they call it. So let's see here. Yeah, if we get that, we just use slabs instead. So this basically holds less mana, and we won't need much mana for what we're trying to accomplish. Alright, there we go. So it will refill with mana, and we'll work on that. So we're also going to need, we're also going to need a mana spreader. So let's see here. Planks, a spreader. Let's see, do we want a pulse mana spreader? Yeah, we do. Because we're going to want it to shoot a mana pulse based on a redstone signal. There's a mana spreader and a piece of redstone. Alright, so let's see here. We need gold and some cyan. Was that planks? Nope, it's just regular living wood. So let's take this, and we'll take a petal, and let's go over to the other crafting table. I am working on getting RS. That's what the farm's for, to get some more power so that we can work on RS stuff, which will be very nice once it happens. Okay, so there is our pulse mana spreader, our mana pool, our mana tablet for putting stuff into the pool, and we've got our mana bore lens, our wand of the forest. So that should be everything we're going to need. So let's make some stairs to go up there. So if we make some oak wood stairs, And that should be fine. We'll just take some planks out there. Alright, so basically what I want is for the mana spreader to sit right there, so I didn't actually mean to put that there. Get my axe back and we'll fix that. Okay, so we're going to have a pulse mana spreader. It's going to be right here, and we're going to need to there we go. It's now aimed the right direction. We're going to give it the diluted mana pool behind it. And we're going to make sure that this accepts mana from tablets. Alright, that should be full, I think. And so basically what we want is I need another Solognolia over here. So I put one on this end of the farm, which I'll go to, but I needed one, farther away. So, alright. I will fix that later. So the last thing we're going to need is we need the, we put the Mana Bore Lens on there. So, there we go. And I don't think it'll reach much far. I don't think it's going to break anything past this, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem over there. So the last thing we need is a timer. So what are our options for timers? We've used the Dark Utilities timer before. Is that any better? This is ever so slightly cheaper, so we'll just make one of those. All we need is a clock. And then we make the timer. And we're going to have this pulse, I guess, every minute for now. And we'll see how that ends up working. So let's see here. A minute should be 1200. And whenever that pulses, let's take it down to 200 so we can watch it, make sure it works. So in about 10 seconds, what's going to happen is this should tick, and it's on the wrong block. You probably saw that. I didn't pay attention there. That's not where that should be. Okay, so let's get my planks back. It needs to pulse, on the spreader. So there we go. So every 10 seconds, it's going to pulse, and when it does, we should see a mana burst that breaks all those blocks. Not quite starting to break all of these blocks. Interesting. Oh, yes it is. Just didn't do it to... Okay, cool. It loses power as it goes, so that's what's going to happen there. So let's take this up to pulsing once a minute, and we'll see how that works out. So I'm going to get another Solognolia, and I'm going to get a couple others. I was wrong about what it would break. Okay, well, I'll have to find a fix for that as well, because I don't want that happening. Alright, so, Alright, maybe we'll face him the other direction, because going out that way is fine. So I will go ahead and work on that, and I will come back and show you the finished design. Okay, so I did make a little change to the power setup down here. I've set up a basic drawer with some charcoal in it, which has a lever to pull out charcoal and round robin it into the furnaces. So whenever I need to, I can come down here, put this lever for a bit. I actually might even make that a button instead, and then we could have it more delayed. We get some more power there. and I want to make another harvest golem, or a golem that will act on that harvest seal. And to do that, we're going to need some thaumium plates. Now, we found out that we couldn't melt thaumium in the smeltery, so I can't cast plates that way. But there is a compactor from thermal expansion that makes plates, and it is supposed to work with thaumium. So I thought we might make that and see how that goes. So to get that, we're going to need some copper gears, a machine frame, some bronze ingots. So let's see here. We're going to need a tin gear, a machine frame, a couple of copper gears. Low on copper, we low on iron. Low on iron. Alright. Really would like to have refined storage. But we're getting closer, I promise. Alright, there we go, a basic compactor. So, from what I can tell, all this thing does is make plates. So let's turn this off, and let's stick the thaumium in there. And what should happen is we end up with a plate. It's a bit slow. We'll go ahead up here to a hard machine if you add a fast thing to it, an augment. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's gonna work. So let's dig down under the floor and let's work on the item conduits. So I'm going to need my Yeta wrench. Alright, so that should be extract. It should be always active. And we need that to be, I think that should be right. So let's put one more thaumium plate in there. Oh, nope, I don't want that. We want it like that. Alright, so thaumium goes in, and we get the plate, and it goes over here. Yeah, there we go, that's what I wanted. So I need a couple of thaumium plates to make what I wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and keep working towards that. Alright, that's a good wrapping up point for today. When we come back, we'll do, I don't know, something else. Thanks for watching. See you next time.